Hello, friends. Welcome back to our next episode of Kids Place, where kids come to play, learn, achieve, create, and explore. I'm Mrs. Traherne, and this is my co-host,
Mrs. Day. Let's get started with our hello song. Hello, friends. How are you? We're so happy to see you. Greet your neighbor, boogie on down, give a bump and turn around.
Now it is time to do our calm breaths. We do this whenever we want to get ready. We're going to start with our balloon breath like we did last time. Would you help me hang that up?
Of course.
In our first shows, we did the star breath, and now we're moving to the balloon breath. You can use whichever one you like. Balloon breath, here we go. We're going to breathe in. One more time. Breathe in. And our third breath, breathe in. And now we're ready to go.
Always remember, smile, take a deep breath, and relax. I am safe. Keep breathing. I can handle this. Now we're ready to learn. I have my friend Fanny here with me. Fanny, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Mrs. Day?
I am wonderful as well. I stopped by your mailbox again today and I found another letter. Do you want to read it with me?
Yes, how exciting.
Okay, let's see who this one is from. The letter reads, Dear Kids Place, my name is Levi. I am 4. My mommy is writing this because I'm too little and don't know how. I really liked building with food last week. Mommy says I can't always play with my food, but sometimes it's okay. I think she's right, Levi. Today we went for a walk because it was so nice and warm. Mommy says spring is coming. I can't wait. Do you like spring? Oh, I love spring. How about you, Fanny? Do you like spring?
Very much.
Winter can be so much fun. I like bundling up in big sweaters and the hats. But by the end of the season, I am ready to say goodbye to winter and hello to spring. How about you?
Me too. I like when it gets warm outside.
Me too. I have a little poem that we could say, and we could say a goodbye to winter. Do you want to say goodbye to winter?
Yes.
Okay, it goes like this. Goodbye snow, goodbye sled. Goodbye winter, spring's ahead. Hello sun, hello spring. Goodbye winter, hello spring. All right, what if we wrote our sentence today saying goodbye to winter and hello to spring?
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so we're just gonna write that sentence. We're gonna say goodbye winter, hello spring. All right, Fanny, you're always my best helper. Where do I start my sentence?
Always, always on the left.
Good, and we're going to remember to use our space frog to help us with spaces between our words. That lets our reader know where one word ends and the next one begins. So we're going to start with our word. I'm going to set him right here while we get started. I'm going to start with the word goodbye. Let's think about the sound that we hear at the beginning of the word goodbye. What is that first sound that you hear at the beginning of the word goodbye?
G.
Good job, Fanny. That G sound in the back of your throat is a G. Remember that we're writing a sentence. We're always starting with a
capital letter.
A capital letter. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, that's such a long word. Goodbye, winter. Oh, here's my space frog. He's going to help me. Winter. What is that sound, Fanny? Winter. Do you know what letter that is?
W.
Winter. Good job. That was a W. Oh, do you think sometimes hearing the sounds at the end of words can be really difficult? Do you think you can help me with the last sound in this word? Winter. That's an R. Goodbye, winter. And then we're going to use our space frog. He's going to help us. Hello. That's an H. Hello. Spring. Do you guys remember last show we focused on that S sound? Fanny, do you remember what that letter is, that sound? S. Good job. Goodbye, winter. Hello, spring. And we're really, really excited about it. We're so excited to say goodbye to winter and hello to spring, so we're gonna put something different than a period at the end. If we're super excited, Fanny, do you know what it's called? What kind of punctuation do we put at the end of a sentence when we're really excited?
It's called an exclamation point.
Great job. All right, we're gonna read our sentence back, and then we're gonna count how many words. Read it with me. Goodbye, winter. Hello, spring. All right, let's count how many. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fanny, do you know what we see a lot of in the springtime? What pops up in the springtime?
Blossoms?
Blossoms on trees. What comes up from the ground with beautiful colors?
Flowers.
Flowers. I have a really fun activity counting flowers. Do you want to help me with that?
Sure.
All right, let's do that. Okay, so Fanny, I brought 5 flowers with me, but we're going to count them together. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have a little poem that I like to do with this. You want to do it with me? How about I do it first, and then we can try and do it together, okay? And you can help me with the numbers. Okay. 5 spring flowers, not one more. 1 got picked, and then there were, Fanny, you want to help me? 4. Good job. 4 spring flowers, bright as can be. 1 got picked, and then there were 3. Nice job, Fanny. 3 spring flowers grew and grew. 1 got picked, and then there were 2. 2 spring flowers sitting in the sun. 1 got picked, and then there was
1.
Just 1. 1 spring flower not having much fun. It got picked, and then there were none. This is a really tricky question, Fanny. Who knows what the number is that represents none? Can you think of it, Fanny?
0?
0. It's 0. That's right. Do you want to do it one more time? Let's do it one more time. My flowers back up here. Let's count them together as I put them up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 little flowers. Okay. 5 spring flowers, not one more. 1 got picked, and then there were 4. 4 spring flowers, as bright as can be. 1 got picked, and then there were 3. 3 spring flowers grew and grew. 1 got picked, and then there were 2 spring flowers sitting in the sun. 1 got picked, and then there were 1. 1 spring flower not having much fun. It got picked, and then there were none. Oh, I just love springtime so much. All the flowers and the warm weather. Today we're going to read a book about a little girl who loves to spend time outside using her imagination. Let's go take a look.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Dr. Hall, and I'm very happy to be a guest reader on the Kids' Place today. Before we start reading, I want to remind you that this is the time of year where we always want to say thank you to our teachers. It's teacher appreciation. So when you go to school or when you're on a Google Meet with your teacher, please take the time to say thank you, because they're working really hard to make sure that you learn, that you have fun, and that you're staying safe. And this year has been hard for everybody, so we really want to take the time to show our teachers how much we love and appreciate them. Now, it's time to read one of my favorites, and the book that I'm going to read is called Have Fun, Molly Lou Mellon. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see a little better. Here's our title page that just says the name of the book again, Have Fun, Molly Lou Mellon. Molly Lou Mellon's toy chest overflowed with whoozy whatsits of all shapes and sizes. Her grandma had told her, back in the olden days, I didn't have fancy dolls or action figures. I made them out of twigs, leaves, and flowers like hollyhocks and daisies. And a twig is a very small stick. So Molly Lou Mellon's grandma made toys out of things that she found in nature. So she did just that. That's what Molly Lou Mellon's doing now. Molly Lou Mellon's backyard had a big weeping willow and crumbly rock walls with thingamajigs peeking out from every crevice, and a crevice is like a little crack. Her grandma had told her, back in the olden days, I didn't have a store-bought dollhouse. I made one in my backyard. And you may see weeping willow trees in your neighborhood or in your yard. They have big, long leaves that hang down to the ground. And some people thought it kind of looked like the tree was crying. And weeping is another word for crying. So a weeping willow is a tree with big, long leaves. When you're out and about, see if you can see some weeping willow trees. So she did just that. Molly Lou Mellon's garage was full of colorful boxes and crates. Her grandma had told her, back in the olden days, I didn't have a race car. I sat in a cardboard box and sped down the hill. And a crate is just another word for a really big box. So she did just that. And look at this boxcar. Molly Lou Mellon lay on her back in the tall, willowy grass. Her grandma had told her, back in the olden days, I didn't have a television. I watched the clouds that floated by and saw lots of things in them. So she did just that. One day, new neighbors moved in next door. When Molly Lou Mellon went to welcome their little girl, she heard Gertie say to her mom, I'm bored, bored, bored. And Molly Lou Mellon invited Gertie over to play. On Monday, Gertie brought over her darling Darla deluxe dollhouse complete with an electric mixer and working chandeliers. Molly Lou Mellon showed Gertie her tree root palace complete with acorn cap dinner plates, woven leaf air conditioning system, and a cicada jacuzzi. Gertie was amazed. On Tuesday, Gertie drove over in her battery-operated, fully loaded Coupe de Ville, which is a fancy car. Look out below, Molly Lou Mellon screamed right before hurtling down the hill in her turbo boxcar, hand-painted with orange and red flames. Gertie was amazed. She's probably thinking, wow, look at that car made out of a box. On Wednesday, Gertie was going to call Molly Lou Mellon on her cell phone, but then she heard a strange sound coming from an old tin can that was dangling in her window. This is the operator. Will you accept a call from me, Molly Lou Mellon? Yes, Gertie spoke into the can. Great, come on over. Click. Gertie was amazed. On Thursday, Gertie asked Molly Lou Mellon if she'd like to come over and watch cartoons on her big screen TV. It's 120 inches wide. That is a really big TV. Molly Lou Mellon said, not today, thanks. I'm going to go over and watch the clouds. They're sky-wide. Gertie was amazed. On Friday, Gertie brought over a homemade doll with a frilly hollyhock skirt and violets for hair. Remember, hollyhocks are flowers. It's for your palace, she said, and Molly Lou Mellon was amazed. And on Friday evening, Molly Lou Mellon and Gertie were tired from playing all week. They lay down in the tall, willowy grass, looking up at the clouds. I see a butterfly, Gertie giggled, and a penguin and a refrigerator. And Molly Lou Mellon opened her eyes and grinned her biggest grin. I see a grandma-shaped cloud winking at me, and Molly Lou Mellon winked right back. On the back of the book it says, the best thing to play with is your imagination. I'll wink to that. Thank you.
It was so much fun to see how Molly Lou Mellon used her imagination when Dr. Hall read that story. Today, we're going to use our imaginations for a special project, fairy tale houses or bird feeders.
Some of the things you might need to make this are water bottles, paint, rocks, popsicle sticks, flowers, really anything you want to decorate it. I got a chance to do this with my children at home. Would you like to come take a look and see what we made?
Wow, Mrs. Day, this project turned out amazing.
So we made 2 fairy houses. For this one, we just used, this was an orange juice bottle that we cut a little hole in and painted. This one was a water bottle that we cut in half and then flipped these fun things up, added some rocks and some flowers. And then we wanted to make a bird feeder too. We used a pencil to poke a hole so the birds could sit and eat, some buttons that we found, some paint, and some craft sticks. Maybe you can try one of these at home.
Today on Kids Place, we're going to be making fairy houses. You'll need things like plastic containers, glue, paintbrushes, scissors, glitter glue, paints, popsicle sticks, and anything else you want to decorate with. If you want to cut doors or windows in your container, make sure to ask for an adult's help. Once you're done decorating, you have to let it dry. Now that they've dried overnight, you get to put them in the garden.
For next week's Create segment, you're going to need some special objects. You're going to need to collect a big Ziploc baggie, a paper towel, a lima bean seed, and you're going to need some paper.
Friends, it's that time in our show again where we have to say goodbye. It is time to say goodbye to all our friends. It is time to say goodbye to all our friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink your eye. It is time to say goodbye to all our friends.
I want to thank our crew and our families for joining us, and for you, Mrs. Day and Fanny, for joining us today. If you want to watch us, check us out on SMCPS YouTube or Channel 96. Until next time.
Goodbye.